Welcome to a pre-hike gear review for a 2015 Appalachian Trail Thru-hike. I got a lot of help from people on the White Blaze forum, so I thought I'd post what I ended up with here in case anyone's curious or it helps someone in the future pick out their stuff, because it was quite an ordeal getting everything from scratch. If you don't have this stuff and you have to get it all, it's kind of a nightmare without lots of advice. So anyway, just a little bit of background about myself. I got this map when I was about 14 or 15 when I hiked through Massachusetts and ended up at Mount Greylock. And I section hiked a little bit more in Massachusetts and, Vermont and New Hampshire when I was younger, but I haven't done anything for quite a while. So now I'm 36 and very happy to be finally starting. So I quit my job a few months ago and have been living in various family members' houses. This is my brother's basement with my cat, who will look after various members of my family while I'm away for 7 or 8 months. And so that's me. I guess I'll start with the big three, which people refer to as the backpack, tent, and sleeping system, so your sleeping bag. So the backpack I ended up going with is the popular ULA pack, the Circuit, and I got this particular one a couple years ago. The guys that make it are really nice, and they help me out with sizing and picking out the right shoulder straps and stuff like that. And they actually even sent me another waist strap because the first one didn't work out. So those guys are awesome, highly recommended. And I've used the pack a few times, so that's really a good pack. And over here in my sleeping system is it's a Z-Packs down bag down to 20 degrees, and I got the hood with it. And I've also got some down booties. I forget who makes those, but it wasn't Z-Packs. And this is a Thermarest sleeping pad. It's the smallest one they make, which I wasn't sure would work out, but I tried it. And it worked out great. I got some advice from Connie on the White Blaze forum, and she just said turn your pack over down on your feet and put your feet on your pack, and it worked out great. And also now I have room for my backpack inside my tent, which is a tarp tent notch. The tarp tent notch, you need poles, or at least you need to bring a couple supports. So I have 2 of these poles, and I went with their Gossamer Gear poles, and I went with the poles that aren't adjustable, just because they were so friggin' light and are just a dream. Maybe a little too fragile. I actually snapped one earlier, just on a hike this winter, and sent it back, and they repaired it. I think they repaired it for free, and really fast. It's at another family member's house now. So I highly recommended Gossamer Gear poles. And I have an MLD ground cloth that I'm going to cut to the size of the notch, in case the notch develops a hole in the floor or something like that. Alright, so that's the big three. Then the clothing system here was the hardest thing to figure out, a real pain in the butt, because you get lots of conflicting advice, and obviously what works for other people isn't going to work for you, because the sizes are all different and whatnot. So I'll start down here. I went with these non-waterproof sneakers. They're Ultra Lone Peak 2.0s. I love them because the toe box is super wide, and I'm hoping that will prevent blisters. Then I've got these MLD gaiters, and actually I only got those because the Ultra's gaiters weren't in stock, and they're actually lighter, and they're kind of made for the ultra shoes, and they have this little pull tab on the back that you connect them to. So if they had them, I would have gone with those. Then these are waterproof socks, because I'm hoping if it gets really rainy, then I do have sort of a waterproof foot option. And then a couple pairs of merino wool socks. These ones are like the toe socks. These are the Darn Tough socks, and I'm probably going to bring another pair of socks too, just because that might not be enough, just one regular pair of socks. And then a pair of underwear, which I may or may not need, apparently. Someone suggested, I think it was Connie again, to just put it in a plastic bag with some soap and shake it up, and that's sort of like your mini washing machine. Then some leggings. The legging stuff is from Patagonia because they're the only people that do an extra small. I probably would have gone with Icebreaker, but Icebreaker small was too big for me. These are pretty good. They blend it with a little bit of Capilene, which I was annoyed by, but it's not much. Then I'm actually taking a pair of convertible pants. These are Patagonia zip pants, so they zip off at the knee. They're a little on the heavy side, but they fit really well, and they've got a really good DWR coating on them. So I'm just gonna go with them. That's the one thing I'm kind of like, ugh, it's too heavy, but whatever. Okay, so for the upper body, this is again just a Patagonia merino wool base layer, and then under that I've got an R1 hoodie, a fleece, and after that we've got a wind shirt. It's a Houdini, Patagonia Houdini, and then I've got this Montbell synthetic vest that Connie again recommended. Connie actually helped me out a lot, as well as someone called Fast Fox Engineering, so thank you to those two people especially. And then after that, a full down jacket, which I guess you don't hike in, but keeps you warm at night, and you sleep in if it gets really cold. So that's kind of the clothing system. On top of that, if it rains, I bought a rain wrap and a raincoat from Lightheart Gear, Judy at Lightheart Gear, and these items are just absolutely incredible in terms of the craftsmanship and the fit, and the way that the hood works on the jacket is wonderful. So I highly recommend her stuff. It's not breathable at all, but I prefer that over a raincoat that doesn't work. I had a Marmot Essence that just didn't work out for me. I don't buy the whole 2.5 lamination thing or any of the Gore-Tex stuff. I think that it's just a rip-off, and those products just fail. So I went with her method of doing it, which is basically just to use the same fabric that she uses for her tents and sew it into a jacket. It's got good vents under the arms and stuff like that. So the wind shirt that I got also has a DWR coating, so if it's not raining too bad, I'll just wear that. Alright, so that's the clothing system. Oh, except for gloves. These merino wool gloves with MLD rain mitts that add a significant amount of warmth, as well as being rainproof. And here is a Z-Packs pack cover, and I know a lot of people use the trash compactor bags in the inside of the pack, but I thought I might as well try this because pretty much everything inside my pack is already waterproof, and I didn't want to take on a lot of water weight in the fabric of the circuit if it rained really hard. Alright, then up here I've got a merino wool sock scarf, merino wool beanie, a cap with a visor. I don't really need the cap, but I sort of need the visor because my eyes are real sensitive to light. I get migraines, so I need something to sort of shade the sun. This is a bug net that I won't need for a while, but it doesn't weigh anything at all. So I'm bringing it. A real nice guy called Pete makes these things online. He seems like he's a solo operation, but I highly recommend that product. It looks like a really nice. It was much nicer than the other ones I checked out. Alright, so here's my water and cooking system. I don't have the mini Sawyer, I just have the regular Sawyer. Enough people were complaining about the mini that I decided not to get that. I am taking the plunger just because I thought it would be useful to suck up water in shallow streams. And then I've got, besides the bag that comes with the Sawyer, I've got a Platypus 2-liter bag. Oh no, 1-liter bag. And then I've got another 2-liter bag inside the circuit that sort of sits in the circuit's water pouch. And I'm not going to use it normally, but if I ever get into a case where I need to take a lot of water, then I'll use that. The knife that I'm taking is a little Gerber knife. It weighs almost nothing, and it locks, which I like. The pot is just a titanium pot. I think it's a Toaks. And taking a Toaks titanium spork, Bic Mini, and an alcohol stove. I've always used like MSR stoves in the past, and this I've never done before, but it seems to work well. And the recommendation is to go that way because apparently it's much easier to get the fuel for it along the trail, because you can just go to a hardware store and get this stuff. So that's the fuel bottle. And I am taking a cup. I almost didn't take a cup, but I was like, might as well take a cup. It doesn't weigh much. This is part of the stove, and a Z-Pac's bear bagging system. This will be the food bag, and I think that covers that stuff. All right, and then over here we kind of have luxury items and electronics. This is a little like wallet pouch for my iPod, repair kit for the Neo Air, repair tapes of various kinds for the Z-Pack stuff and various Nylon items, charger for the iPhone, a couple cords that I needed. I got super short cords so they wouldn't get all tangled, and this Anchor recharger, which recharges the iPhone 3 times. And I'm also bringing my Kindle, and I'm not taking paper versions of the AWOL guide or the companion, but I'm taking both on the Kindle and the iPod, so I kind of have a backup. And it's really nice to do it that way because you can read them in the dark. This Kindle has a backlit screen, and you can, take the whole thing with you. Alright, let's see. Little thermometer that I probably don't need. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what temperature it's going to be up in the Rockies. Headphones. And this is just to protect the Kindle. And it kind of stuff a lot of things in there just to kind of tidy a bit. I guess I don't really need that. And then this is just the Z-Packs bag that I'm going to put all of this stuff in, and extra clothing items when they're not in use, because it's waterproof and it will organize things a bit. So I think that might have been everything. Just quickly forgot these items. Chapstick, toothbrush, Neosporin. This stuff is called Tenacious Repair Tape, which apparently is way better than using duct tape because it comes off without destroying your gear. And then Z-Packs line of two different weights. One is for the bear bagging system, and the other one is just extra line. It doesn't weigh much, and I thought it would probably come in handy. I'm terrible at doing these videos and speaking under pressure, so apologies if any of that was confusing. But I hope it was helpful, and I guess I'll probably see some of you guys out there. And good luck on your hikes. I know I'm gonna need it on mine. See you later.